Hi, my name is Amy Allen. I am the Senior Financial Aid and Tuition Associate here at St. Ignatius High School, and I just wanted to take a moment of your time to talk about the EdChoice expansion program, how it affects you, what it is, and what you need to do to apply. First, a little bit about the EdChoice expansion program. In the past, there have been 3 programs funded by the state of Ohio through the Ohio Department of Education that have provided scholarship dollars for students to attend certain private schools. You may have heard of the Cleveland Scholarship Program for students in the city of Cleveland, the EdChoice Scholarship Program for students in certain other public school districts deemed underperforming by the state of Ohio, and the EdChoice expansion program, which in the past has been for low-income families. This past summer, the state legislature passed, and Governor Mike DeWine signed into law the biennium budget, which expands the EdChoice program to include all families in the state of Ohio. Now, all families in the state of Ohio are eligible for a scholarship award from the state of Ohio depending on income. So here's what the income chart looks like for how much a family may be eligible for the 2023-2024 school year. If you look at the chart, you use the household size, go across, and find your adjusted gross income for your award amount. These numbers are for the 2023-2024 school year only. Those will be adjusted every year based on criteria set by the state of Ohio. So if you look at this chart, for example, a family of 4 with an adjusted gross income at $135,000 or below would qualify for the full scholarship of $8,407. If you look again, if you're a family of 3 and you're making $140,000, you would fall under the 600% of poverty level category and receive $3,550 scholarship. How do you determine your family size for the state of Ohio? First, you would count the student, then the birth parent and spouse, or legal guardian and spouse, any children under the age of 18, and children between the ages of 18 and 22 if they are full-time students. You can also claim any adults that are claimed on your tax form as dependents due to age or disability. How do you determine your income for the state of Ohio? Beginning with the 23-24 school year, your adjusted gross income will be used as the income for EdChoice expansion eligibility. Look at your 1040 page 1, line 11, and you will see your adjusted gross income. How does the EdChoice expansion scholarship affect your financial aid? When St. Ignatius High School determines financial aid, we look at a number of factors, including sources of income, family size, students in other Catholic schools, and more. Every situation is different, and we will communicate your financial aid award with you individually. Moving forward, all families requesting aid will be required to apply for a scholarship through the Ohio Department of Education. So now that you know a little bit about the EdChoice expansion program, let's talk about how you should apply. These are the steps you need. It's a little confusing, so I'm going to walk you through it, and at the end, if you have any questions, you'll contact me personally. So the EdChoice expansion application process has 2 parts. The first part I'm going to talk about is the part that comes to the school. The second part that I will talk about is the income verification. You handle that on your own. So first, for the EdChoice, the actual application, the parts that come to the school, you're going to start with the 2-sided request form. Remember to fill it out completely. All the questions are required, and the signature on the back of the page has to be wet. It can be electronic, but it cannot be typed. So please do not type that. The ODE will reject it if it is typed. The next thing we'll need from you is a copy of your son's birth certificate. Please do not send in an original. We won't be able to get it back to you. A copy is fine. The third piece of information we need from you is your proof of address. As you can see on the screen, there is the ODE, the Ohio Department of Education, is looking for both the billing and the service address. Those both have to be showing. So include the bottom ticket portion of your utility bill when you're sending in your proof of address. If you do not have a utility bill in your name, you can contact me and I will go over some of the other alternative methods for proof of address. Those are a little bit more complicated and require a few items, so just email me, call me, and I will walk you through that process. One last item that St. Ignatius asks you for is the limited power of attorney document. The ODE will send multiple checks to the school. We would like your permission to sign those checks on your behalf and deposit them as a tuition payment. If not, you would have to come down to school every month and sign that check. So we do ask for that limited power of attorney document. To get the documents to St. Ignatius, please email us at financeoffice@ignatius.edu, or you can stop in and drop them off to sign in. We'll take a look at your documents, make sure everything is there. Either way is fine with us. We'll respond. We'll get those in as soon as we can. For the second part of the application, the income verification, this is something that parents have to do completely on their own. We are not able to help, and we are not able to access this part of the Ohio Department of Education system. So we're going to include below those detailed directions from the ODE. You're going to have to create an Ohio ID Safe account. That is the very first step, and get the income verification app. There are going to be a number of questions that you do. You're going to base everything on that AGI from line 11 on your tax return that we talked about. The income verification portal was designed for an older program where gross income was used. So some of the questions are going to say gross income. The ODE going forward is only using adjusted gross income. So use your adjusted gross income number, even if it's asking for gross. Here's a couple other little hints and tricks that we've learned along the way. If you have a student between 18 and 22, there is nowhere to put them on that form. You're going to have to use the little talk bubble, and when you're in the system, you'll know what I'm talking about. Next to your name, you hit the talk bubble, you type in your student's name, birth date, and last 4 digits of their social security number. That'll trigger the ODE to go look at your tax form to see your dependents, to match that and get the right household size number. If you don't do that, the ODE will not use those students between ages of 18 and 22 for your household income number. One other thing that the ODE has asked us is to remind you that they do not need your whole social security number. You can go ahead and block off everything except those last 4 digits of your social. They do need the last 4 digits to match those documents up. But other than that, please block out anything else. If you need help, you will have to go to the ODE for this. Like I said, we don't have access to this part of the program. We can't see what else is needed. You'll have to go directly to the ODE with income verification help. Once both pieces have been submitted, the application, birth certificate, proof of address has been submitted by us, and the income verification has been submitted by you. The ODE will start processing your application. It'll go through many stages. We don't have a timeline currently of how long this is taking. We'll update as we know. They haven't given us a time frame. What happens after it's gone through all the process is the ODE will send a letter. They'll mail a letter to your home telling you if you qualify and how much you qualify for. That letter needs to be signed by you and sent to St. Ignatius. There will be directions on that needs to be done, but that is the final step. Again, all documents, including the acceptance letter, would go to financeoffice@ignatius.edu, or they can be dropped off at the reception desk. Thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about the EdChoice expansion program and how to apply. Remember, all families, regardless of income, are eligible to receive a scholarship. That amount will be determined by your adjusted gross income. The deadline for the 23-24 school year application is September 30th. So if you have any questions, please reach out to anyone in the finance office, we are all here to help you. My information will be on the screen. My email is aallen@ignatius.edu. Please feel free to contact me. Next school year, starting 24-25, the deadlines are going to be different. The portal's going to open in February and the deadline's going to be May 1st. That's going to happen going forward with all subsequent school years. So look out for that information in February. Thank you again for watching this video. We really appreciate your participation in this program, and we look forward to working with you in the future.